PBall versus RC1. As we go up the pool, like the difficulty bands might be the same or ever so slightly different, but you know, Ohio DDR sees that these players, you know, are ready to be more competitive at a slightly higher level than the pool before. The matches will get closer, the songs will get crazier, and it's only uphill from here. The one-way ticket to space. It is. Fun fact, musical cosmology is one of the tag aliases. Huh? I thought it was Yuichi. Yuichi.
First stage.
Both players, you know, with the close, you know, with the PFC and a close to PFC, a good decent warm-up, you know, just to feel, you know, it is slightly early. If you know where the window is, then you can work your way for the rest of the set ahead of you. The important thing about a warm-up is that you calibrate to the window. What the score you get doesn't matter too much, right? As long as you're making good use of the fast, slow feedback you're getting, or just the visual feedback you're getting from the arrows being slightly off the targets.
Come on, check that crowd. They love it. 100 combos.
PBall maintaining the PFC, you know, on the warm-up. It's a good boost of confidence to be able to come that far, you know, maintain the PFC. So this could be the morale boost, you know, that PBall could leverage later on in the set. Lots of crossovers. Very commonly double step for NA, but still plenty to turn on. PBall gets the PFC on the warm-up. Feeling good. Even though it's down by 8, you know, big gold rings. Take the onion rings. Yep. Get the energy you need. Go forward. Quite the impressive lamp collection from PBall. I just took a quick glance. He has the 11 to 15 lamp red lamp. That's a lot of charts. This is slow. This is advanced patterning. This is going to be an interesting play, especially since RC here is looking at a sight read for this chart. There's a lot to know about this chart before you go in trying to score it. You know, it's late. It's slow. What else is there?
Second stage. Tear it up, y'all.
For sure. Now a spinning step jump section. You know, both players staying in the window this after a rough opening. RC up by only a few EX here. Manages to stay in the window now, managing to PFC these triplets. Up by 3. PBall flipped it to 5, coming up on some really advanced gallops now. Patience is key when the chart is pretty sparse. At all, up here by 10. you know, keeping combo. That green combo really coming in handy here. This is not a friendly chart to sight read, but RC1 is not letting it go.
300 combo.
About 3/4 of the way through this song right now. PBall up by 14.
That's what I'm talking about. Yo, check the crowd.
RC1 not too far behind. You know, just looking to keep it together, hoping that PBall makes a mistake. And he comes up in a few seconds. And PBall takes it by 13. Strong opening from PBall. Yeah, 66-17-4 versus 78-9-1. You know, we saw earlier, like, both players making roughly around 30-40 mistakes on, like, Space Helmet. Here, it doubled. You know, that goes to show you how not every 14 is created equal as far as syncing is concerned, right? Both players really trying to wrestle their way around the you know, sort of poorly placed MA window here. But they both did a really solid job, you know, just working with the best tools they had. This will be an MA check. You know, synced a little early, pretty demanding, but still, you know, somewhat easy to time as far as 15s go. It will be very interesting to see how both players play it out. Before we see the song, let's answer some questions from the chat. CTL asks, do you know the song picks, or we find out just when it happens? We have the song picks on hand, but I think we're sort of, you know, being surprised along with you, chat. I think it's more fun that way for the commentators and for the audience together to be sort of blind about it. How do you feel? Absolutely. And have you seen anyone spin Eternity CTL? No. Song starts right now. PBall knows where the window is here. Up by only 4 though.
Combo after combo. Look at all those combos.
Maintaining a PFC gold for 100. PFCing this is quite difficult to, you know, physically.
I crown you king. The combo.
There's a lot of double stepping, a lot of triple tapping. Both players exit that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of step jumps coming up right now. That's a lot of crossovers, excuse me.
Combo. Make some noise. Holla.
PBall up by 12.
Oh yeah.
Gets his first straight though. RC1 staying in control here. Match is a lot closer.
Perfect. 300 combos.
PBall up by 10. RC1 not giving it up though. You know, maintaining a gold combo this far and is really impressive. This might be the first 15 PFC we've seen. I guess I cursed it. I'm sorry. I totally cursed it. But still though, up 43 on his EXPB. That is still major improvement so far. Adol not giving too much though, up by 14.
You got the step. You got the flow.
Song ends in less than 10 seconds. Picks up a good. Still holding on to that lead though.
You're dancing like a pro.
And PBall takes it by 6. Yeah, he really did. You know, PBall, you know, made a few mistakes there at the end. You know, tripped the good, but at the end, you know, like that large EX of that large difference of 14 EX, around like 3%. You know, made the necessary difference to sort of just cover up that mistake. And PBall takes it 2-0.
These tracks are on the run, yo. Select level.
Next match is starting up, chat. Chaos Terror-Tech Mix between Nightman and PBall. Turn of Chaos Terror-Tech. The 12, the 15, and the 17. You know, the 12 and 15 have the same BPM skeleton, but the 17 plays differently. Each chart, though, has its own rhythms and focus. Both players with, you know, very high 90, like AA plus here from Nightman, AAA from PBall. This could be PBall's favorite. Nightman could just take it back with an up score today. Opening white here from Nightman. Gets a perfect. Still up by 1. And we are off to the races, chat. Both players holding a PFC. Both players exiting those first gimmicks with PFCs. Solid knowledge check for both players here. Nightman up by 3. Very close game. Anyone's game. Flips it though. PBall up by 2 now. Right now we are tied. PBall up by 2. Has a great though. Nightman keeping the PFC. Crossing over here though. PBall stepping. Both players very familiar with the gimmicks. Nightman up by 9.
200 combo. You're on fire.
Coming up on another gimmick. Nightman up 6, entering the back half here. Nightman still tied here. PBall looking really ready to take it back here as we enter, like, you know, the chorus of the song, so to speak. Looking a little tired though. PBall ready to take advantage of that. Down by 1 though with a surprise miss. This is close, chat. Nightman keeping the full combo alive though. We are tied. Nightman up 3, up 1. Is this it? Could this be a tie? It ends up 3 by Nightman. That was a back and forth. Oh, quite like what we've seen. Holy smokes. Jeez, chat. You know, the phrase anyone's game, it's true. It really is anyone's game because these little things, you know, can happen between players. Like, they're not like, you know, head-to-head exchanges or anything, but, you know, all the little inconsistencies or all the little consistencies you get from knowing a chart or just being well practiced, they add up to being able to, like, you know, score those extra EX points.
Oops. I did have my mic muted the entire time. I fixed it. We're all good. Hey guys, I'm actually here.
Oh no.
It's fine. And we got Valkyrie Dimension Difficult 15.
So this is a very gimmicky chart. We're just going to see gimmick after gimmick today. This one's even more gimmicky than the last one we just saw.
Yes. There's a lot to take in when you look at this.
For sure. So,
one thing that's very interesting is speed mod choices. There's a lot of options.
what have both players chosen? We have 2-2-5 versus 3-2-5.
So this is the strategy of basically treating the chart as if it was a flat 186.
Yep.
Which most of the chart runs at around that BPM range.
Right now, they're renting a gradual speed up from like 90 to around 240. Both players reading though as if they wanted it at full speed, you know. Nightman coming out with a PFC, up 25, still 90% of the song left.
He hit the funny step. Sorry, he hit the funny step. That step is so hard to hit.
PBall not ready to give up yet though, maintaining the full combo. Nightman with the PFC though, not letting anything, you know, not giving any wiggle room to PBall though. A few more triplets here, and then we're going to enter a slowdown right about now. Nightman gets his first grade, still up 44. Really passing the knowledge check here over PBall.
Here's some jump steps.
200 combos. You're a rock star. You're the
Handled cleanly by both players.
You got this.
Nightman really commanding a solid lead here though. But PBall still working those around, gets a miss, loses bounce a little bit. Nightman looking a little tired though. This back half could be interesting because we still have a lot of song left.
They
Gets
both,
the song, gets the miss.
they both knew where those first steps started after that speed up.
Both players catch a stop. Nightman really hanging it together, not giving PBall much.
All right.
Chat, we now have a drill, 145. Both these players reading over 1,000.
Look at all that blaze. Yeah,
And Nightman takes it by 63.
Woo, very nice.
stage
And he takes that 2-0.
Yeah, he does. All right, we got RC1 and Silver up next here. Silver having advanced from the previous pool.
select your music.
All right, chat, we're coming up on our next match here. Looks like RC versus Silver. We saw some good Novar action from Nightman. We're going to see some good Novar action from Silver. We're going to see a strong push from RC though.
Doing some Private Eye. Very, very well-known MA chart in the DDR community.
This will be a sight read for RC. You know, with Silver coming in with the SDP, it'll be a serious uphill battle for RC to just, you know, try to MFC on sight read. That will be a tall order if Silver is able to put up a performance similar to his personal best.
Yes, especially because this chart does have a few moments that you kind of have to know where to position your feet.
Silver up 5. Lots of song left though. Gets his first perfect.
Yes. Yo, make some noise.
Especially these freezes. These freezes can be tricky.
The devil is in the details as we come up on the course of this song. Look out for lots of walking. Silver staying in the window though, up by 8. RC1 gets his first grade. Still in there though, still in the fight. About halfway through.
You can tell he's really focusing on keeping in that marble window.
RC1 struggling, gets a miss. Really struggling to find the marbles window here. Tough to do on the sight read. Silver just hanging in there beautifully with the PSI. Still anyone's game though. Very awkward patterning, but RC is able to make it work here. Close out strong. Silver takes it, 993 to 970. That might be an SDP.
Might be. It looked like it might have been.
Stage clear.
Let's see.
12 perfect.
Very close.
Gets very close. RC 1 to 31 and 1. It's tough to do. It takes a little bit of time. Private Eye is a little late. But
30, 30 is still very respectable perfect count for
Absolutely.
that. Especially if you don't already know what the sync of the chart is. Oh.
Is it the expert or the challenge?
Well, we will have to see.
We'll have to see.
One of these is very different from the other.
It is
it's
a
the
13. So chat, as you see on screen, this is a shock arrow chart. There will be prompts on screen to not press any arrow.
Yes.
And if both players, if either player hits a shock arrow, then they will lose 3 from their EX score.
And their screen basically gets flashbang.
Yes. RC looking favored with the AAA over Silver's 800K. This will be very challenging to do no bar. There's a lot of jumping involved.
Yes. A lot of airtime. There's basically jumps, there's shock arrows wedged between jumps here, like that. It's very easy to hit a shock here.
Silver just like flying over those shots though. Playing the center step well, hits one shot though. Up by 2. Beautiful.
Handled
move
very
on
cleanly
that.
by both players.
RC1 maintaining the DSP though. RC1 up tied here. Every shot that Silver trips is 3 more EX for RC. Each mistake is more drastic here. Up by 9.
The chart just gets progressively harder from here too.
Silver tripping all the shots though, widening the lead, up by 40. This might be tough to come back from. He's hanging in there though. Can Silver close out strong? There's so much jumping left, but lots of shots in between all those jumps. RC1 just trying to make clock away out of it. And Silver fails out, unlucky.
Silver is taking the chance to kind of collect his energy for the next song.
Yeah. It is tough to do. Renatus was mentioning Silver speed are quite large. So shock arrow charts, you know, given the center panel is always only so big, it's more difficult to do when your feet are bigger because just even a little amount of your toes flipping over into the up arrow panel is enough to cause it. Because if the computer detects, oh, this circuit's been tripped, this panel is pressed right now, then it's a shock arrow, you don't get the EX.
And then it's easy to chain that, especially because of how triggering a shock arrow obstructs your vision of the chart.
For sure. And we have the card draw.
So the card draw includes Chaos Eater Difficult, Dance Celebration Expert, and a Cross World Expert, and they picked Chaos Eater Difficult as well.
A slight correction, Dance Celebration, System 7 remix. They are different titles. It's a minor difference.
So here's one of the more underrated Necromana Master songs.
Do tell.
And it sounds really good. But yeah. This has a slowdown at the beginning. Timing this, I believe the sync is a little early, if I recall. And that can sometimes trip people up. So let's see how this goes.
Yep, we're going to open here with a slowdown. Silver chooses to play on 1-5, RC1 at 3. This will be high-speed reading from RC for the set. Both players still working their way through a PFC, you know, 105 BPM. And in just a moment, we'll go up to 200.
Silver slightly ahead now.
This might be another MA exercise like Private Eye, because I think it's mostly just 8 notes. RC1 getting his first grade though. Silver up by 7, still in the fight. Looking like RC is up 66 EX from his PB though. That's impressive. I think we're about halfway through the song. Silver up by 7. RC ready to come back at any time. Silver makes a mistake as needed.
Lots of the chorus here.
RC1 looking focused. He's not too far behind. 10 EX. Silver though, not giving him too much to work with. Up 8.
Yeah, they are very close right now. Very close.
The lead has narrowed a little bit. Silver's only up by 1. It's flipping to RC's favor. Tied now.
They're tied.
He's tiring out. This is anyone's game right now. Not much song left. RC up 1 is up by 2. Is this the flip we needed for RC1 to take the set? It is.
Oh, that was
There's still a hold. They hold it, and he takes it by 2.
that was very intense.
That was a turnaround.
RC was basically slowly fighting to gain that very minuscule lead and end up taking it.
And RC1,
very close match.
Absolutely. RC1 takes the set 2-1. Coming up now on Nightman versus RC1. You know, these matches have been competitive. You know, each player showing strengths in different areas. You know, some players, you know, showing up with gimmicks, some players just showing up with being able to outlast others. Hello.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah.
We're coming up on Dixie or DXY or DXY Bang. How do you say this song title?
I say DXY.
DXY.
Classic 2DX. Coming in DDR around, what was it, Extreme? Maybe a little earlier? Very iconic 12 for timing. Has a nice kick to it.
This
Lot of
song
interest.
is a bit of a knowledge check. It's a very old chart, but it is rhythmically very interesting. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. Both players coming out the gate, though. Nightman up 4. Tied.
I can imagine this is going to be very close for most of the song.
RC1 keeping the PFC, though, up by 5. These patterns get really wacky now.
Nightman was hitting a little slow there. All right. RC1 has a slight lead here. See if he can keep it.
RC1 up 20. Nightman still not ready to give up, though. Ready to take it back at any time.
There's going to be plenty of steps to get more EX back here.
These step jumps are harder to do when you're no barring, so Nightman may be at a bit of a disadvantage, but he ain't letting that stop him. And I respect that. RC1 up 30. 20, rather. Nightman aiming these turns a little bit.
I think he MFC'd most of that entry there.
Nightman gets a miss. RC1 gets a great. Both PFCs are spoiled now, but that's okay. Almost at the end of the song. Can they finish out strong?
You're dancing like a pro.
And RC1 takes it, 1032 to 997. You know, one of the hardest things about this chart, especially from Nightman's point of view, is to do all those step jumps, those very, very difficult step jumps, you know, no bar.
No bar, very fast as well.
For sure.
You're moving around a lot doing those.
148 is quite fast for lots of step jumping.
All right. Looking for a 13 here.
And now we
Okay.
come on to, we're going back to the gimmicks. Back
We
to
are.
the classics, back to the gimmicks. Osaka Evolved, Type 1, difficult.
All of these difficult 13s are quite tricky to time.
A slow opening here at 50 beats per minute.
That first step has no audio cue.
Nightman on track to PFC, up 3. Up to
thing that-
75 BPM.
One thing to know about this chart is that it's very late. So you are hitting well after music for most of this
And when
chart.
you're reading this slow, the temptation is to hit early.
Generally, yes. And some stops to add insult to injury.
Nightman passing the knowledge check, though, able to go now to 120 BPM. Nightman up 23.
All right, we're about to hit a speed up here.
Now up to 200 BPM. RC1 down 27, but still working with a plus 50 EX from his PB. You know, still showing up strong here. Ready to take it whenever, you know, Nightman makes enough mistakes. But Nightman ain't making those mistakes.
Yes! Combo after combo. Look at all those combos.
Small break here.
You're gonna break the meter.
Nightman up 27 here. You know, really passing the knowledge check, not giving too much to RC1. But RC1 is showing up. Coming up toward the end here as we go back to up to 200 BPM.
They both definitely know these songs. There's no doubt about that.
We're at 250, and now we're about to end at 300. Nightman going to his left here, and ends it 10:04 to 07 to 967.
Very strong showing from both there.
And with that, the set's 1-1. We go to a card draw.
In fact, you can see RC1 actually got less perfects.
Yeah,
But
so
just-
the breakdown is 90-20-0-1 versus RC1's 88-29-7-2. So you're right, RC1 got fewer perfects, but 9 extra grades. More than, and that more than enough was the room Nightman needed.
All right.
We have our card draw.
So the card draw was Sana Moletin Ente, Expert 12, Ishtar Expert 14, and Chaos Difficult 12. And as you can see, they have picked Sana Moletin Ente.
Sanama Letene Ente. It's a fun chart. Very slow, you know, kind of like what we saw earlier, you know, with something special. Sanama Letene Ente recommended as an early 12 PFC sometimes, you know.
And it's also a banger.
Really chill, an old song from 5th Mix. Nightman here with the 19 perfect PV, looking favor to take this while RC1 is sight reading this.
Also,
Let's see some grooving.
As mentioned by CTL, there are no jumps in this chart.
We're tied right now. This will be close.
You're the combo king.
Nightman up tied. RC1 ready to take it up 2. Going back and forth trading perfects. Tied again.
That was perfect. 100 combo.
They constantly go in and out of having a tiny lead and going back to being tied.
There's not too many steps in this. I think like less than 250 max combo if I'm not mistaken. RC1 gets a grade, ruins the PFC run. Nightman is up by 7 now. This could be huge.
Keep up the perfect combo.
It's up to Nightman right now to just, you know, keep the PFC going, keep the MA going. But he's looking tired. RC1 ready to take it back at any moment. Gets a miss. It all comes down to this chorus now. Both players doing that beautifully. Nightman up 7. Song's winding down now. Both players looking to finish strong here. Nightman looking to keep his ADDX lead. Up 6. And finishes it by 7. That was a close match.
Very, very close. Despite the fact that RC1 got that grade, yeah, he managed to not lose any more EX afterwards. He was still keeping it together.
You're tuned in right now. It is 3 o'clock. You're tuned into Mistake on the Lake 4, The Big Mistake, presented by Ohio DDR at the Round 1 in Great Lakes Mall. Give it up for y'all coming out, spending Saturday with us, enjoying some good-ass DDR.
Yes, Nightman definitely making Sacramento and Roseville proud. They are blessed to have him.
Select your music.
All right.
So both players in this no-bar matchup will be very interesting, right? Mechanically, it'll be similar, but both players will be bringing something different to the table. My Parasite, this will be an interesting MA check.
Oh, yes.
You know, we have Silver with the 15 perfect PFC versus Nightman with the FC AAA. On a song like this, every perfect counts. So it'll be an uphill battle for Nightman to, you know, to work it and try to flip this against Silver.
Yes. This is very tricky because you're going to see these very tricky rhythms here.
Opening is very difficult. It's so like off the notes. And Silver is up by 2 here. Close match, anyone's game today.
And there's generally just not a lot of steps to try and regain the X back on.
We're already a fifth of the way through the song. You know, Nightman not too far behind, only down 5.
Yeah, anything can happen in the at the end.
Silver not giving much to him though, keeping MA, you know, up by 11 right now. Looking well practiced on this chart. A null check in and of itself. But Nightman still just looking fly. Only down 14. Halfway through the song now with a lot of gallops here.
Silver actually MFC'd all of those triples, those triple sixes.
Silver up 20 here. Not much song left. You know, both players just need to finish strong at this point.
Nightman's keeping it together. We're both sharing the same brainwave here.
Sharing the same brainwave. And Silver takes it 10-50 to Nightman's 29. 16-1 is very close to his 15 perfect PFC. That's consistency for you.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Holmes. Select your music.
Destination difficult.
Yeah.
It ain't a Nightman pick, I think, unless it's Destination. That or New Decade.
Yeah. Definitely a Nightman pick.
Nightman looking favored with the AAA versus Silver's 950. You know, the important thing to think about at Destination is it's very gimmicky. It has stops that are a bit difficult to telegraph, and it's also synced very early.
Very early.
So, you know, sight reading this chart is a punishment in a sense. Both players exit the opening with a PFC. Nightman up 1. This is a close game.
You can definitely see the early sync with the slows coming out.
Silver gets a great though. Nightman up 6, just keeping that MA in good shape. Here's our first stop. Boom. Nightman walks out with a great. Silver misses though. Nightman up 13. 6. Here's another stop. Nightman up 8 as we enter these freezes. After these freezes and a few bit of jumping, I think, we'll be entering a slowdown. Down to 85 BPM. Silver down 16.
Silver reacted very fast to that slowdown.
Silver still hanging in there though, ready to go into his back down, looking strong. Nightman up 23 though.
You got the step, you got the flow.
Another stop.
The perfect combo.
Both players work out of that pretty smoothly.
Oh yeah, they're giving it up for you, home. 300.
Our last stop.
That man,
And now we slow down back to 85 BPM.
that man's got about a 40 EX lead right now.
So all he has to do is finish strong here to take the song. Nightman takes it, 1195 to 1146.
We are getting a card draw.
Yep. When both players are comfortable reading slow, you know, we saw that both players actually had really solid command of, you know, exiting those slowdowns. You know, Silver might have been like, you know, losing more EX perhaps than Nightman, but both players, you know, not like dropping the ball too hard either way. Really respectable, you know, to be able to read that slow and not be bothered by gimmicks such as the BPM change.
Yeah, and like I said, Silver was reacting very quickly and promptly and strongly to all those gimmicks that he wasn't 100% familiar with. Card draws in. We have Poseidon Course K Mix, Expert 14, Mitorete Ibaraki Sundarin, Expert 13, and Burning Heat, Expert 13. And they have picked Poseidon Course K Mix.
We have an MA check, but this time, in a surprise twist, it isn't Nightman's favor today. Nightman here with the 58 perfect PFC versus Silver's 985 620. As we always say though, it is anyone's game. Silver has been showing up on MA, and Poseidon is not too heavy on gimmicks. It'll be up to both players to see how they do.
There's a couple little ones, but if you know them, they're not too disruptive.
Silver up 2. This is a close match today. Nightman gets the good. Silver up 3. Nightman up 1. This is turning back and forth. The following section is going to get a bit technical because now we're going to have gals come into step jumps. It'll be up to both players to stay MA here.
You can do
Silver committing a small lead though, up by 2. Here comes some stops. Silver gets a miss. Nightman up by 3. Leads widened considerably halfway through the song now. Nightman maintaining a good full combo.
All right.
a song you can do no wrong.
Now we have some tricky gallops here.
Both players moving pretty fluidly through these gallop sections here. But Nightman, you know, just chart knowledge. Really, that's up by 50 here. Up to Silver to finish out strong. It is pretty tiring for both players right now. Nightman with the miss though to drop the combo. Still up 50. Can they finish strong? And they do. 1170, 1106.
Yeah, sometimes with 14s it's about the stamina game too.
Yeah.
Because they can get very tiring near the end.
Good afternoon, chat. This is Rocco. Sbubby has to step out for just a moment. I'll be commentating for a little bit by myself while we have PBall and Silver come up together to play Saber Wing Challenge. PBall looking favored to take this first song, you know, with the 992 full combo AAA versus Silver's no play. You know, a sight read on this chart in particular will be very difficult. The song is late. It's a shock arrow chart, and its patterns are quite advanced, you know.
Select level.
Further, the sync goes everywhere.
First stage.
Let's get some hype in chat for PBall and Silver. This will be a fun first song to open it. PBall playing it on right, looking to turn all those candles to crossovers, vice versa. Reading at 3x though for a total of 66 BPM maximum.
Yo, you're going combo wombo. Keep up the perfect combo.
Right now we're looking at PBall up by over 20 here. PBall just flying through these shock arrows and really just staying in the window pretty comfortably for how difficult it is to stay composed here. Silver doing his best otherwise, you know, really trying to hold it together. We're now in a section of just back and forth shots across arrows. Silver trying his best here to work through it. PBall otherwise, you know, looking pretty strong, up by over 100. Now coming up on a slowdown shortly to 74 BPM. Not a half-speed slowdown, but still nonetheless slow. PBall drops his combo. This could be the rest break Silver needs to come back strong in back half.
Can't wait to see it.
Reading shock arrows that slow is super tough. PBall dropping a few shots himself though. Just, you know, staying on top of the window. Silver doing really well though. Like, it's tough to work through all the characters, and you know, under the circumstances, he's doing great. Both players finished strong. It is a brutal song. Let's show some love for PBall and Silver. Saber Wing Challenge is not a song you'd want to get at any point, but sometimes you just gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. There was a slight change to answer CTL 17's question. I think there was a slight sync change to, I think, accommodate a slight error from DDR X. I don't know the full details, but I think the answer to the question in short is yes.
Select your music.
Song 2 now is I Want to Do This Keep. Song 2 now. PBall and Silver going at I Want to Do This Keep. Entry level 15, pretty easy to pass. A bit difficult to time for how easy to pass though. Silver up 6. Very strong opening here. These freezes get shorter and shorter by 1 beat every time. It's a little trivia Easter right here. PBall down 6. Here come now a bunch of green notes. PBall drifts out of the great window. Decides to double step through that little crossover. Silver up 8. Silver moving slowly to crossover to close over the center of the pad. Now here comes some 16 moments. Silver up 20. PBall still in the game though. We're about coming up on halfway through the song. Silver just in command of the Marvelous window today. You know, up over 30 versus PBall. PBall though, ready to take it back at any time. Less than 100 steps now. Both players, you know, just shuffling around the corners of the pad to just ease through that crossover. Silver, though, in a very commanding, like, 28 legs lead, though. These freezes, though, can trip you up, so it is up to both players to finish strong here. PBall gets the miss.
You're on fire.
And both players finish strong. Silver's 1369 to PBall's 1329. PBall going with the nod away from the camera. It's 1-1 and we go to a card draw. Hello chat, Sbubby's back on the mic. Say hi.
ORCA difficult.
ORCA difficult. You know, it says 310. Most of the song is like 155. But there is that speed up to 310. You know, both players getting the short rest break they need before they play the song. Every perfect counts here. Every marvelous counts.
All right.
Final stage.
All right.
And we're off to a solid start. Silver going with the 1EX, PBall going with the 4EX. How this plays out for both players will be very interesting. We're tied. PBall gets a surprise good. Still close though. Silver only up by 3. PBall now up 5. Here comes the 1200 BPM on 4X. PBall looking to screen peek off Silver though. It has flipped now in Silver's favor. He's up 12.
It's definitely a viable strat to lead at your normal 155 speed and just kind of treat the speed ups as if they don't really just kind of vibe with the speed ups and then try to MA everything else.
Now we enter the back half of the song. What PBall needs to do right now to recover the 10EX deficit is, you know, regain control of the window, use the 4X speed bond he's been given, find that MA window, and just take it back from Silver. Up 2. Up 7. Silver's letting perfect slip. The 1X reading is giving him a hard time. Trying to read that at 75 is very hard to do. PBall up 8. This is anyone's game right now.
Oh, they're back on a tie. PBall takes a lead here.
PBall up 68. Silver struggling on the step jumps though.
Yeah,
Can both players finish strong as we enter this ending?
Yeah, it looks like Silver kind of lost track of a few arrows in that one section. Since they're all yellow there, it can be very hard to distinguish.
And PBall takes it. 11:09 to Silver's 10:04. That 4X speed mod paid off for him in spades. Gave him the visual real estate he needed to time that at least better than his opponent. Both players, you know, struggling to find the window, but overall, it's how you do versus your opponent.
Yes. And that is early sync, so it is very hard to find the window as is.